I am now come here on the suggestion of Athena, that we may consult about killing our enemies first. Therefore give me a list of suitors with their number, that I may learn who and how many they are. I can then turn the matter over in my mind and see whether we two can fight the whole body of them ourselves, or whether we must find others to help us. To this Telemachus answered, Father, I have always heard of your renown both in the field and in council. The task of your talk is a very great one. I am awed at the mere thought that if 2 men cannot stand against many and brave ones, there are not 10 suitors only, nor twice 10, but 10 many times over. You shall learn the number at once. There are 52 chosen youths from Delichium, and they have 6 servants from Sam, and they are 24, and 20 young Eugenes from Zacynthus, and 12 from Ithaca itself, all of them well-born. They have with them a servant Medon, a bard, and 2 men who can carve a table. Of quickly such numbers as this, you may have at your cost to rue your coming and your revenge. See whether you cannot think of someone who would be willing to come and help of us. Listen to me, replied Odysseus, and think whether Athena and her father Zeus may seem sufficient, or whether I am to try and find someone else as well. Those whom you have named, answered Telemachus, are a couple of good allies, for those they dwell high up among the clouds. They have power over both gods and men. These two continued Odysseus, but I keep along out of the fray. When the suitors and we join fight in my house, now therefore return home early tomorrow morning and go about among the suitors as before. Later this swineherd will bring me to the city disguised as a miserable old beggar. If you see them ill-treating me, still steal your heart against my old sufferings, even though they drag me feet foremost out of the house, or throw things at me. Look on and do nothing beyond gently trying to make them behave more reasonably, but they will not listen to you, for the day of their reckoning is at hand. Furthermore, I say, and lay my saying, stay more hard. When Athena shall put in my mind, I will nod my head to you, and on seeing me to do this, you must collect all the armor that is in the house, hide it in the strong storeroom, make some excuse when the suitors ask you why are you removing it. Say that you have taken it out to be out of the way of the smoke, inasmuch as it is no longer what it is when Odysseus once away, but has become soil in the ground of soup. Added to this, and the more particularly, that you are afraid of Zeus may set them on to quarrel over their wine, and that they may do each other some harm, which may disgrace both banquet and wooing. For this act of arms sometimes tempts people to use them. Leave a sword and a spear, a piece for yourself, and we a couple box-head shields, so that we may snatch them up at any moment. Zeus and Athena will then soon quiet these people. There is also another matter. If you are indeed my son, and my blood runs in your veins, let no one know that Odysseus is within the house, neither Laertes, nor yet the swineherd, nor any of the servants, not even Penelope herself. Let you and me exploit the woman alone, and let us also make trial of some other of the men servants, to see who is on our side and whose hand is against us. Father, replied Telemachus, you will come to know me by and by, and when you do, you will find that I keep your counsel. I do not think, however, the plan you propose will turn out well for either of us. Think it over. It will take us a long time to go around the farms and exploit men, and all the time suitors will be wasting your estate with impunity without compunction. Prove the woman by all means to see who are disloyal and who killed us, but I am not in favor of going around and trying the men. We can attend to that later on. If you really have some sign from Zeus that he will support you, thus did they converse. And meanwhile, the ship which had brought Telemachus and his crew from Pylos had reached the town of Ithaca. When they had come inside the harbor, they drew the ship down to the land. Their servants came and took their armor from them, and they left all the presents at the house of Pyrrhus. Then they sent on a servant to tell Penelope that Telemachus had gone into the country, but had sent the ship to the town to prevent her from being alarmed, and made unhappy. The servant and Eumenes happened to meet when they were both on the same errand of going to tell Penelope. When they reached the house, the servant stood up and said to the queen in the presence of the waiting woman, your son, Madame, is now returned from Pylos. But Eumenes went close up to Penelope and said privately all that her son had bidden him tell her. When he had given his message, he left the house with its outbuildings and went back to his pigs again. The suitors were surprised and angry at what had happened, so they went outside of the great wall and ran the outer court and held a council near the main entrance. Eurymachus, son of Polyus, was the first to speak. My friend said, he, this voyage of Telemachus is a very serious matter. We had made sure that it would come to nothing. Now, however, let us draw a ship into the water and get the crew together to send after the others and tell them to come back as fast as they can. He had hardly done speaking when Amphimonius turned in his place and saw the ship inside the harbor and the crew lowering her sails and putting by their oars. So he laughed and said to the others, we need not send them any message, for they are here. Some god must have told them, or else they saw the ship go by and could not overtake her. On this they rose and went to the water side. The crew then drew the ship on shore. Their servants took their armor from them, and they went up in a body to the place of assembly, but they would not let anyone old or young sit along with them. And Antonius, son of Eupeithes, so first good heavens, said he, now how the gods have saved this man from destruction. We had a succession of scouts upon the headlands all day long, and when the sun was down, we never went on shore to sleep, but waited in the ship all night till morning in the hope of capturing and killing him. But some god has conveyed him home in spite of us. Let us consider how we can make an end of him. He must not escape us. Our affair is never likely to come off while he is alive, for he is very shrewd, and public feeling is by no means all on our side. We must make haste before he can call the Butians in assembly. He will lose no time in doing so, for he will be furious with us and will tell all the world how we plotted to kill him, but failed to take him. The people will not like us when they come to know of it. We must see that they do us no harm, nor drive us from our own country into exile. Let us try and lay hold of him, either on his farm, away from the town, or on the road hither. Then we can divide up his property amongst us, and let his mother and the man who marries her have the house. If this does not please you, you wish Telemachus to live and hoard his father's property, then we must not gather here and eat of his goods in this way, but must make our offers to Penelope, each from his own house. If he can marry the man who will give the most for her, and whose allotted is to win her. They all held their peace until Amphimonius rose to speak. He was the son of Nicias, who was the son to King Arietius, and he was foremost amongst all the suitors from the wheat-growing and well-grassed island of Delichium. His conversation, moreover, was more agreeable to Penelope than that of any of the other suitors, for he was a man of good and natural disposition. My friends, said he, speaking to them plainly in all honesty, I am not in favor of killing Telemachus. It is a heinous thing to kill one who is of a noble blood. Let us first take counsel of the gods and the oracles of Zeus advise it. I will both help to kill him myself, and will urge everyone else to do so. But if they dissuade us, I would have you hold your hands, lest we speak in his words please them well. So they rose forthwith and went to the house of Odysseus. When they took their accustomed seats, then Penelope resolved that she would show herself to the suitors. She knew of the plot against Telemachus, for the servant of Medon had overheard their counsels and had told her. She went down therefore to the court and intended to buy for maidens, and when she reached the suitors, she stood by one of them there in host, supporting the roof of the cloister, holding a veil before her face, and rebuked Antonius, saying, Antonius, insolent and wicked schemer, they say you are the best speaker and counselor of any man. You are own age in Ithaca, that you are nothing of the kind, madman. Why should you try to compass the death of Telemachus and take no heed of suppliants, whose witness is Zeus himself? It is not right for you to plot thus against one another. Do you not remember how your father planted his house in fear of the people who were enraged against him for having gone with some Taphian pirates and to plunder the Thessalonians who were at peace with us and wanted to tear him into pieces and eat of everything he had, but Odysseus saved their hands, although they were infuriated, and now he devoured his property without paying for it, and break my heart by wounding his wife and trying to kill his son. Leave off doing so and stop the others also. To this Eurymachus, son of Polybus, and to take heart Queen Penelope, daughter of Icarus, and do not trouble yourself about these matters. The man is not yet born, and never will be. Who shall lay hands upon poor son Telemachus while I yet live to look upon the face of the earth? I say it shall surely be that my spear shall be reddened with his blood. For many a time has Odysseus taken me on his knees out of wine to my lips to turn him the pieces of meat into my hands. Therefore, Telemachus is much the dearest friend I have, and has nothing to fear from the hands of us suitors. Of course, if death comes to him from the gods, he cannot escape it. He said this to quiet her, but in reality he was plotting against Telemachus. Then Penelope went upstairs again and mourned her husband till Athena shed sleep over her eyes in the evening. Eumaeus got back to Odysseus, his son, who had to sacrifice a young pig of a year old, and were helping one another to get supper ready. Athena therefore came up to Odysseus, turned him into an old man, and stroked over her wand, and clad him in old clothes. Again, for fear that the swineherd might recognize him and not keep the secret, but go and tell Penelope. Telemachus was the first to speak, so he had gotten back. Eumaeus said he, "What is the news of the town? Have the suitors returned, or are they still waiting over yonder to make me my way home?" "I do not think of asking about that," replied Eumaeus. "When I was in the town, I thought I would give my message and come back as soon as I could. I met a man sent by those who had gone with you to Pylos, and he was first to tell the news of to your mother. But I can say what I saw with my own eyes. I had just gone on to the crest of Hermes above the town when I saw a ship coming into harbor with a number of men in her. They had many shields and spears, and I thought those were suitors, but I could not be sure. On hearing this, Telemachus mounted his father, so that Eumaeus could not see him. Then, when they had finished their work and the meal was ready, they ate it, and every man had his full share, so they were satisfied. As soon as they had had enough to eat and drink, they lay down to rest and enjoyed the moon of sleep.